here I am, the Soumaya Museum. Have a look at it. It's huge. It looks really modern. So let's have a look and see what the best way is to get in here. I've never been here before. I think it's a new museum. Not even sure where the entrance is. Well, this looks like the entrance because there's a lineup. Yep. It's a lineup. I guess we'll just wait. Well, I made it in. And it's a really nice place. I had to give up my backpack. I couldn't take my backpack in. The security measures here are kind of a little crazy. But, you know, that's just the way it is now. So, you know, if you have cameras, things like that, you're not allowed to take things inside. Look at that. Madonna with the Christ child. A little bit of antiques. Cool things. Look, this looks like ivory, and there's a lot of controversy now about ivory. I mean, there's been controversy for 30 years. These beautiful elephants were slaughtered for their ivory. I don't get it, why it's so dark. You know, this, a lot of this ivory is made in China. Man, there's a lot of ivory here. Jesus died for his sins, and elephants died for their ivory. Oh, look at that. It's an interesting one. So just something to note is that this museum, the Soumaya Museum, is actually free. There's no admission. Apart from the little hassle that you get at going through security, it's actually free, which is nice. So something nice to keep in mind. The museum is also laid out in a kind of a concentric Guggenheim style, where everything is circular. Hola. And you have to go around and around. If you've ever been to the Guggenheim in New York City, you know what I'm talking about. More paintings, some more sculptures. I don't know if this is actually, to me, the best format for paintings. Maybe for modern paintings, classical paintings, I'm not sure if I like this format. Thebes seated on an armchair, seated. Yeah, it's kind of dark here. I find that it's hard to really appreciate the artwork because of the darkness of it. It's not very bright. I don't think these paintings were actually made to be seen in this light. Maybe they're doing it because they don't want to damage the color of the artwork, but I don't know. It's just the dim lighting doesn't enhance. Hola, buenos dias. The dim lighting doesn't really enhance the the paintings. It's nice. This is Maurice Delvalmic, French. Very, that's what Canada looks like right now, actually. Winter. Very nice paintings, actually. Made in 1910. This one. Okay. It's a nice mural. Looks like it has something to do with the Mexican workers. And more paintings, like a hobnob, hobnob collection paintings. Yes, the Guadalupe saint. She's a famous Mexican saint. And, looks like a Mexican movie star. Ah, yes, Aztec love. I like these. These almost look like propaganda paintings. Bullfighting. And again, more ivory. There's quite a lot of paintings. So if you're coming here, expect to see a lot of paintings. And I mean, they're okay. I don't think there's anything that really stands out. I think it's just a kind of this is definitely not the Louvre or the Metropolitan Museum. I don't think you're going to find paintings by Degas or Picasso here. But if you do like paintings, it's not a bad place to come. Okay, I think we're at the top floor. And this is where maybe we have some nice sculpture. I hear there's a Rodin sculpture up here. Yeah, sculpture. This is where all the bronze sculpture is. And yes, there is a Rodin. I can see it. Okay. Yes. This is it. This is the famous Rodin sculpture. I was a big fan of Rodin. I studied his work back in the 80s. Big fan. I've seen quite a few pieces. Yeah. Sculpture. Again, I just, the way the work is presented here, I don't know if you can see it from my footage, but it's so clumped together, and it's all under glass. And it really, I don't know, I just feel I can't connect with it. You know? Hey, if you've ever been to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, the sculpture there is presented in a very different way. And you feel like you can connect with it a bit. You can feel like, you know, you could stand next to it or be next to it and feel something. This feels like it's kind of like in storage. It feels like they just put it all up here. Actually, the whole museum feels a bit like somebody's storage. Like they needed a place to put all this artwork. And they said, hey, well, you know, let's just build this museum, and we'll let people go see it. Is this actually a Degas? Oh, they do have a Degas. My apologies. These look like studies. This one's actually quite nice. They're not the most famous of his works, but you know, at least it's nice to have a couple. This looks like a Renoir. Again, the lighting, I don't know if you can tell, but it's just the lighting does not help appreciate the work. Some more Degas. Somebody who was aspiring to be Degas. I love Degas. I mean, I find that the thing about Degas is, if you could tell here, with very minimum strokes of his charcoal, he's able to convey this emotion, this feeling about the dancer. The stance, the angle, the way the feet are spread apart, the way her arms are behind her back tying a ribbon. You get an amazing feeling of what she's experiencing. Whereas in some of these other pieces, they just seem more decorative. They just seem more illustrative. I don't get as much of an emotional connection. I feel more distant from them. I mean, they're beautifully executed. They have wonderful precision, but I mean, look at that. The lines, it's not even completed, but you just get this amazing feeling. Anyways, that's my take. I think most of the pieces up here, especially on this side, have to do with dancers. And then here in the middle, they're more portraits and busts. I'd like to know I'd like to find out who owns this work. I don't know if it's owned by one person or if it's owned by many. I think it would be interesting to find out. Well, I think that's it. I think I've seen as much as I want to see here, and I'm going to head out and get to a telecell office to properly recharge my phone, And I think maybe I might actually go to another museum this afternoon. Might have some lunch first and maybe head over to the Archaeological Museum. That's an amazing museum. Maybe I could show you a bit of that. So I'll catch up with you. Some lime. ¿Cuánto? Gracias. Look at that. Amazing mango. Amazing mango. So that costs about 40 pesos. An amazing deal. See you in a bit.